Okay, Toriko, chapter 354 review. Okay, I'm not gonna bullshit you guys. This chapter is literally just 2 attacks. 2 pretty damn epic OP attacks. That's it. And the aftermath of such. So, with that being said, I'm just gonna give you the rundown of the chapter, but it won't take very long. So, Acacia's Demon A arrives on Area 2. I guess it's planning on taking on Guinness, but, Toriko and Starjun are just kind of in the crossfire. Immediately after seeing this fucking thing, with like a reflex, Toriko's Red Oni and Starjun's Appetite Devil, which is like that Cyclops-looking dude, they just immediately jump out of their fucking hosts, and they do a combo attack together. Starjun's Demon does something called Volcano, which just erupts, I guess, lava on this thing, and Toriko's Appetite Devil, the Red Oni, uses a Fire Jet Fork as this combo technique together, which just strikes Acacia's Demon right in the freaking mouth and just shoots it into fucking space, right? And we get a couple panels of that going on, and in the meantime, it just kind of like latches back onto Earth. Like, it shoots like these tendrils, because Acacia's A demon is basically supposed to be able to adapt to anything. Like, that's the key to this thing, is adaptability. Like, even last chapter when we saw the one fighting against Bambina, or Bambino, wherever you want to say his name now, each attack that he was like dishing out was like a meteor strike, and even with that, it could still keep repairing itself to an extent. Well, this thing shoots out its tentacles back on the ground, kind of like a bungee cord, so it's getting sent out to space, and then after the attack wears out, it just flings itself right back to the surface. But as it's rocketing back toward the Area 2, Guinness just kind of reaches up and just sniffs a little bit in the air, just kind of like, that's all it does. And in the process, it completely immobilizes the A-demon. It just completely just, eyes go white, its whole body just goes like pale, and it just crashes into the ground, not being able to be aware, just like lost consciousness, basically. And then in the next scene, all Guinness does is it just walks up to it and just steps on the fucking thing. Just steps on Acacia's Demon A. That's all. That's all it does. It's not some big OP attack like a laser shooting out of its mouth or anything like that. It's just stepping on the A-demon, and this creates a shockwave that is so powerful, it like shakes the entire Earth. It literally distorts the entire area they're around. I mean, I guess they're on an island because all of Area 2 is made up of islands, but the entire area just gets distorted. The land is waving up and down. And Toriko and Starjun are in the middle of this, and what they do, Toriko, anyway, he sticks his knife and his fork into the ground from his feet, so he extends them way down, like a few dozen meters, to kind of ground himself. But even with that, they still get sent flying hundreds of kilometers. Now, the narrator comes on and says, without doing that, they would have gotten sent probably thousands of kilometers, but they still get sent a ridiculous amount of way, as the Earth itself is literally distorted by this. Just Guinness stomping. That's all it does. And then they land on a completely different part of Area 2, but Guinness reaches them within a second, and then Guinness then uses the same thing he did earlier on the A-demon. He just sniffs, and that immobilizes Starjun, and then he does it again, and then Toriko follows soon after. So that's the end of the chapter. That's all it was. I mean, you might be kind of pissed like nothing happens in this chapter, but seriously, I mean, if you're going to get us pumped for the new year, here's the new chapter, here's what we're doing, might as well get started with some intensity, right? So that's all that goes down. We get a little bit of exposition earlier on when the demons pop out of Toriko and Starjun. Toriko's kind of like, I know that my demon has appeared before, like when he was fighting Bambina and everything, and it kind of emanates from him, the aura, but this is like the first time it just popped out reflexively like this, and he's just like, is this enemy, this A-demon, that powerful that even our demons were scared? Even they have to hurry up and just kill this thing as quickly as possible, which of course we've seen the damage that the A-demon can do, so it's not it's no surprise that they would be like that. Although I do love when the Red Oni was popping out, he was basically just saying to Toriko, just like, you're too slow, you fucking idiot, just let daddy take care of this. Although the Blue Oni did not come out, so whatever was going on, I guess it didn't freak out the Blue Demon, which that actually speaks volumes for what's going on with the power level of the Blue Demon. If the Red Oni was so concerned about taking out A and the Blue one wasn't, that might mean that the Blue Oni is actually more on the level of the A demon from Akashia. It's not afraid of, like, oh yeah, that demon's gonna eat us all and we're all gonna die. It's like, nah, I could take that shit out, no problem. But Red, you go out and see what you can do. So yeah, I mean, I don't know where we're gonna go from this. The technique that Guinness does, I don't even know if you could call it a technique. All it does is just, flex its nose and just sniff. So I'm assuming it's gonna be something like, you're ripping out the essence of a human being, because with the demon, when it did its technique and it went limp and it just crashed into the earth right before Guinness was about to step on it, it regained consciousness very quickly, like its eyes went all whited out, but as Guinness was about to step on it, it regained its consciousness very briefly before Guinness just stomped on the thing and pretty much just atomized it. So I don't know if this is just something that's going to be temporary or what, but it's clear that Guinness has the technique to immobilize its opponent or just render them unconscious quite easily. So whatever that's going to be. And pretty much also implying that he didn't even use even a modicum, because I guess Toriko and Guinness were doing a little bit of a fight before this, but clearly it wasn't even serious. And then the A-Demon shows up and, then it decides, like, oh, I'm going to do a serious stomp here. I mean, I likened it similar to Herrick, because when Hercules did its techniques, it all was related to breathing in, breathing out, stuff like that. But that was just, volumes of air being manipulated. This is clearly something else. This is clearly ripping something out of Star, June, and Toriko. Like, I don't want to say their souls, or maybe their essence, their aura, wherever you're going to go with this. But yeah, so next chapter, I think we're going to get actually some side effects from this, because if this is how big this stomp was just in Area 2, it's probably going to have shockwaves all over the planet. We're probably going to have tsunamis and shit going on, probably even over where Komatsu, and I mean, they're headed to Area 5 right now, so I'm hoping we'll catch up with Zebra in them next chapter if everything goes perfect. But yeah, that's a pretty damn big shockwave there. Yeah, so what do you guys think of Guinness? What do you think? I'm assuming the demon is taken care of. I don't see that's going to happen, but I guess my question would be, what is the technique that Guinness did, and what did it do to Toriko and Starjune to render them immobile? Is this permanent? What's going on? But anyway, thank you guys for watching the very brief Toriko review this week. This will be Tekking101 signing out. Later, guys.